Yo, yo, yo. If you're live, subscribe. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you guys for coming back. Back. To my channel. If you're live, subscribe. Man, I got some interesting topics I'm going to talk about today, man. I'm going to be talking about the 4 people that was kidnapped in Mexico, 2 killed, 1 injured, and 1 alive. I have a real experience with going across that border, so you guys hold on for that. I'm going to be talking about Chris Rock and Will Smith and my thoughts on that. And my thoughts changed on that once I heard Chris. So I'm going to be talking on that, and I'm going to be talking on Ja Morant. You know what I'm saying? The Memphis basketball player, man. I'm going to be talking on that. But what I want to say this. If just because you seen a person on Instagram or the internet, or just because you see a person walking in person, that don't mean you know them. That don't mean that you know them. You don't know me because you see me walking in person, or because you done saw like one of my Instagram stories or Facebook, or because I see you in passing and we talk. That don't mean you know me. That just means that you're a person and that you know of me. And I say that I was having a conversation with a person, and I was letting him know that you don't know me, homie. You might think you know me. You might, because you have talked to me before, because I have ran into you. You don't know me like that. So quit prejudging me as in I might do this or that, because you don't know what I might do or when I might do it. Because you haven't hung with me. You haven't slept with me. You haven't spent no day with me. I haven't been on no vacation. I haven't done anything with you for you to know me. So quit acting like you know people when you really don't. You know your family members. You know people you done slept with. You know people who you hang with on a daily basis. You don't know me just because you see me in passing. So yeah, so we ain't cool like that. You know what I'm saying? It ain't cool for you to play with me a certain way because we don't know each other like that. You know what I'm saying? So be respectful on that, man. And I just say that, man, because I had a run-in with a guy, and I was letting him know, you don't know me, homie. I don't know you. Yeah, I know your name. I done seen you here and there. I see your post, but I don't know you like that. And so keep that like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't think you know a person just because you done seen them in passing. You know what I'm saying? So, man, I want to speak on something that, man, I want to talk about the Tennessee lawmaker. What is his name? His name is Paul Sherrill. And he was talking about, and that's why I said, man, Tennessee is a different animal. And they play by different rules. You know what I'm saying? And he was talking about something as in allowing back death by firearm and hanging like they did in slavery. And this is my thing about that is, we know who you're talking to. We know what kind that you're talking to. You know what I'm saying? And guys like that can hop out there and do that, and it's no consequence. And you're talking about hanging people and shooting people dead and all this and that, man. But, so I always say in down south, especially in Nashville, Tennessee, Republican state, we're dealing with a different animal. And then you got Bill Lee, the governor. He's in a drag dress. Nothing wrong with drags or nothing wrong with nobody, nothing like that. But you say you are something else. And so, man, that's just, I'm in Nashville. I'm always going to try to keep my people aware of what's going on in Nashville and what's going on in our political system. And yeah, man, and that's just 2 things that I saw, and I was like, wow, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody's saying anything, or the governor, or nobody's came out, and you got a politician, a congressman, or whatever he is, he's a lawmaker, and he's talking about hanging black folks. I mean, come on, man. Who else he's talking about? And so, yeah, man, it's just a lot of issues, man, that we'll worry about in our own community. You got people outside of our community is preying on stuff that they know is not okay. You know what I'm saying? So just stay up on your lawmakers in Nashville, in Tennessee, and just see what's going on, man, because there's a lot going on behind the scenes, and we need to be up on it. So if you're live, subscribe. And I always say, man, make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all like my video if you like it. And make sure you visit me on all social media sites. Rickiesworld everywhere. My Rickiesworld on Twitter. Rickiesworld 1.0 on Instagram. And YouTube and all over. So just make sure you reach out. And I want to speak on something real quick, man. My condolences goes out to the people that was killed in Mexico. It was 4 black people. It was 3 men and 1 woman. And the reason I want to speak on this subject is because of this. I have had my own experience with that same border. I was explaining to my producer, and just not to let you guys in my business, but I used to have a business partner in Mexico. And the first time I went across, this is the same border. If you guys don't know, Brownsville, Texas, that's the last part of Texas. It's actually 20 hours away from Nashville driving, because I thought about driving one time, but I didn't. But and I looked at, it's actually 20 hours driving. Brownsville, Texas, it's not, you may got 1% of black or 1% of white. It's all Mexican descendants there. So I was meeting a friend of mine there, and I had to cross the border. So, you know me, I don't know where I'm at. I'm finna meet my people, and it was one of the biggest business meetings I've ever had. It was gonna take my business, what I was doing at the time, if you know what I mean, to the next level. So when I crossed the border, it was the Army sergeants, it was guns everywhere, AKs, and I had on this big gold chain, because I'm just thinking it's another out-of-town trip. And when my people finally got there, they made me run in the car and hide in the trunk. And they was letting me know, man, you in the belly. And I'm telling you guys this story because I'm telling you the border that they actually went through. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, man, you in the belly of the beast. And man, these guys, he said these guys would have kidnapped you in front of the Army sergeants and the police officers. So man, I want to tell you the place. The place is called Matamoros, and it's nicknamed More Killer. I Googled it, and when I used to catch a plane to Brownsville, Matamoros is 18 minutes away from Brownsville, Texas. And I'm telling you guys this story because of this, because Brownsville, Texas is the border of Mexico. So when I went, if you didn't have a passport, you couldn't stay over there. So obviously I'm thinking they had to drive through the border to get to where they was going, because they said something about she was getting a BBL or something like that. And you know, me, first thing I thought was drugs. I ain't gonna tell you no lie, because I understand going across that border right there, it's nothing but immigrants and drugs coming through that. So that's a whole nother story. And I know they pulled them up, and they said everybody had, I think all 3 of the guys that was with them had drug dealer backgrounds. And I'm not putting that on them. Like I said, rest in peace to the 2 that got killed. And man, I'm praying for the woman, because I also look at it like this. Think about if they was just going down there with her for a BBL, that's gonna be on her conscience. 2 people got killed. I think one of them was her brother. But I say that to say, I was young and dumb when I was going across that border. And I was going across for illegal activities to make my business go up. But it was the most dangerous thing I've ever saw in my life. Because they call it the belly of the beast, because when you come through, it's so many different hungry Mexicans. Everybody's trying to make it, believe this or not, a Mexican killing a black or a white person or somebody outside of their race for $1,000, it's just like them killing deer. I mean, $1,000 US, they can live on that for ain't no telling how many years. So I understood how dangerous it was when you come through that border. Like, you are like, man, you are like the biggest target in the world because you're the only person that look like you. So I was scared for them because I understood if you guys was coming through that border, through Brownsville, Texas, you had to travel miles away, and it ain't no telling how many hours away to go get that surgery. So that's a terror within itself because you are the only person traveling through the belly of the beast. And so, man, shout out to the survivors, man. It's just, I can just imagine the stuff you guys seen and had to go through, man. But I understand totally how scary that border is. It's a scary place. And I think about, I was 20 something going over there and knew nothing and didn't even know how dangerous it was. And that's why I always say it takes time to grow up because you never know what predicament you're putting yourself in, man. So my condolences goes out again to the two who died and the two who survived, because mentally I could just imagine where they're at. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what that is. I want to talk about Chris Rock. I watched a little bit of his Netflix, and I didn't watch it all. I saw Will Smith come out and apologize, and Chris Rock never said anything. And when I saw his Netflix, I understood pain. And I understood what he said. A lot of us has been through this before. Because I got something going on in my life, and you know I'm doing something that's important to me. Don't try to crush my dreams. And when he was talking about Will's wife, Jada, not wanting him to do the Oscars or whatever he was doing, and I understood you came on his job and smacked him. You came on the job that he wanted, and you knew he wanted this job because your wife tried to talk him out of keeping this job and saying to stand for something, don't host the Oscars, but that ain't always true. I'm kind of messed up with people always trying to say, boycott this, boycott that. And I get it. And I would want to boycott a lot of stuff. But I also understand that was Chris Rock's job. And I've had that problem so many times. I had that problem when I'm at work and I cared more about my job than entertaining what was going on. And so we deal with bullies all the time. And a bully is somebody that know that you won't entertain they mess. And a bully is somebody that know that I think smarter than you. I call a lot of bullies, I call them scumbags. I call bullies scumbags because you know I got something going on in my life and you're gonna come and attack me because you know I'm doing something that I love. And I like Will Smith, but I understand now that you went and attacked him first of all because you knew he wasn't gonna do nothing back, and you knew him. You knew him personally. You knew you could go up to his job and smack him in the face and he wasn't gonna do nothing. And not all of us is like that. But we know the people, we know the people by name that we can go do something to them and they won't do nothing back. And so that's what I call a scumbag. That's what I call a bully. And I'm not calling Will a scumbag. I'm not calling him a bully because I don't look at him like that. And I figured he made a mistake. But it's a lot of scumbags and it's a lot of bullies that take advantage of the people that got stuff going on in their life. And yeah, if you come on my job and you smack me in my job, yeah, I might think about not doing nothing to you because I might care about my job that much. And then it's another thing, a lot of stuff Chris Rock said, I didn't agree with him calling Jada a B and all this and that. I didn't agree with a lot of that stuff, but I agree with the pain when you know somebody did you like that because they know they could do you like that. Unfair, bully, scumbag. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so it's always one side of the story. But then when you hear the other side, you get them both together and you finally understand. And I understand why Chris Rock went up there and did all that and took out his pain on that mic because he know that, Will, you took your pain out with your physical. Just like he said, Will way bigger than me. You know you can whoop him. I could never respect you when you know you can beat somebody up or you know you can do something them they gonna do nothing back. I could never respect that and I ain't gonna ever respect that. So I understand why Chris Rock went off. Yeah. He should have. And see, and sometimes we don't understand why some people go off the way they do or do certain things that they do because we don't know the background story. We don't know this beef been going on for 15 years. And he been wanting to do him like that. So man, apologies is over. Apologies don't make it right. Because you took advantage of somebody that you know wasn't gonna do nothing to you back. So I could never respect that. Ever. And I hope they get it right. And I hope this is the end of it. But I totally agree with Chris Rock. I totally agree why you went and took your pain out. Instead of going and trying to hurt somebody physically, I understand that you just took it out on stage and it was art. So yeah, I gotta roll with Chris Rock on this one. And I agree with him. I've dealt with scumbags. If you have ever dealt with a scumbag, then you understand. If you have ever dealt with a bully, and then you should totally understand where Chris Rock is coming from. Either you're a bully or you not. But the people that have dealt with bullies, they know how they are. And the bullies, they just gonna be bullies. So be that. Yeah. So yeah, I agree. I agree with Chris Rock taking his pain out the way he did because he understand that he was bullied. Yeah. I sure do. Yeah. So, man, look. That's what it is. Skip Bayless. Coward. Shannon Sharpe, you a coward. And Skip Bayless, you a coward. Skip Bayless, you a coward for trying to paint a picture on someone that you don't even know. I agree with Boosie when he said, Skip Bayless, Ja Morant is not a Crip. He's a professional basketball player that made a mistake. Again, Skip Bayless, Ja Morant is not a Crip. He's a basketball player that made a mistake.
And remember, he's thrown up the Crip sign several. I've seen him throw it up 2 or 3 times. I probably missed some other times. What does that mean? Does that mean he wants to associate with the Crips, or he got initiated by the Crips, or he has a dream of being a Crip? I don't know. I'm just throwing this out.
So it's messed up when you try to come on front screen and make a person out of something that you don't even know what they is. You don't know what they've been through. You don't know where they come from. You You don't know him because you seen him on front screen. Not taking up for what he's done. Not right. But I am saying everybody make mistakes. And I am saying, when are you guys gonna help somebody other than destroying their character? Shannon Sharpe, I can't see how you can sit across from Skip Bayless, the same person who have tore you down, the same person who have downgraded you, and agree with that. Instead of saying, hold up, Skip, we don't know. Skip, how do you know what a Crip sign is, Skip? That's what I want to know. I don't even know all the signs. I'm born and raised from East Nashville, prison and everything. I don't even know all the signs. How do you know what a Crip sign is? How do you know when he throwing the Crip sign? Don't just destroy that man's character like that. Not saying he did something right. I'm not taking up for that. I feel like he crazy. When you make it out the hood, bro, it's time to change. Everybody can't go where you going. Everybody just can't go. You know what I'm saying? So it's time to put people, and just me talking to Ja, it's time to put people around you who can keep you positive, who can check you when you're getting in the wrong. Because yeah, I agree with Shaq when he said, man, you had to get the gun. You had to go to Instagram. You had to press go live. You had to press if I'm sure go live. It's no excuses, bro. We can't give you no excuses. We gonna bag you up and we gonna try to help you, but we can't give you no excuses, bro. None of that is cool. You know what I'm saying? We all strive, me and everybody I know, we all strive to make it up out the neighborhood, bro. We come from that. Again, even talking to Shannon Sharpe, you don't know what Ja Morant is. You don't even know if that's his life or not. Just because he played basketball, you don't know if that's his life. You don't know what his life is about. You don't know if he's really with that. I've been around a lot of people that people thought that wasn't with that was really, really with that, and might be in prison or somebody might be dead, anything that's really, really with that. So you don't know his life. You don't know what areas he need help in. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, shout out to Paul Pierce, man. Shout out to Paul Pierce for stepping up and coming to his defense, let him know, man, Paul Pierce said, I got stabbed. I had to carry a pistol. Man, this world is filled with haters now. Like, it's so much evil going on now. Yeah, you might gotta have a strap, especially being of that caliber. But I would say have more security. Ja, man, you got a chance, man, to change your life. Your life has already changed. And you got a chance to help millions of people just like you, man. So please, man, make wiser decisions. I like the fact that I think they said dad and mom is still together, and dad has brought you. Somebody called out your dad. I understand it, but I don't understand it, because if you trust that he has raised Ja to this point, he can do it again. He can get in his ear and he can change his mind. So we gonna keep on rolling with Ja. Tennessee, we gonna hold Tennessee down. We in Nashville, but we mess with Memphis. We gonna hold it down, and we gonna keep on praying for Ja. We gonna keep on lifting him up and get it right, bro. You got a lot of opportunities to change a lot of lives, and just get it right and keep it right, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be a lot of people that fight against you. It's gonna be a lot of people that's gonna try to tear you down, but you can get it right, bro. It ain't nothing but a decision that you gotta make. It's a price that you pay when you become famous. For all the people that want to be famous, it's a price you pay. You can't come outside sometime. You can't go certain places sometime. You can't do certain things. I don't agree with the NBA on everything they do, but this what I do agree with the NBA on. It's they NBA. It's just like going to a job. When I go to work every morning, I have to do what they ask me to do because that's who paid me, and that's what they require. So whether it's right or wrong, it's right. Hold it down, man. Keep going. I always speak to the people that's on my level, and I always speak to the people that's going where I'm going. Keep going. Don't stop. It's gonna be bruises. It's gonna be rocks. It's gonna be bumps. It's gonna be cars. It's gonna be people. It's gonna be everything in your way. But keep going. Keep pushing. And I end this with saying, if God put the dream in you, if God put the dream in you, it will come to fruition. If you're alive, subscribe. And I'm out.